Ever found yourself struggling to let go of someone who's no longer in your life? Maybe it's a friend, a romantic partner, or even a family member. The emotional turmoil can feel overwhelming, right? But what if I told you that the ancient Stoic philosophers mastered the art of detachment centuries ago? And among them, Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Roman emperors, left behind a treasure trove of wisdom that can help us find inner peace even today. You see, Stoicism is all about embracing what you can control while letting go of what you can't. And in a world that's constantly pulling our emotions in a million directions, learning to emotionally detach can be the key to reclaiming your mental well-being. In this video, we're diving into 5 powerful Stoic rules inspired by Marcus Aurelius himself to help you detach from emotional attachments and find that inner calm we're all searching for. Whether it's a painful breakup, unrequited feelings, or even just moving on from a friendship that no longer serves you, these timeless principles can guide you through. All right, let's dive in with the first rule. Acknowledge the impermanence of all things. Rule 1. Acknowledge the impermanence of all things. Here's a hard truth. Everything in life is temporary. The Stoics believed that acknowledging the impermanence of all things can help us cope with emotional pain. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself of this with the phrase memento mori, which translates to remember you will die. But don't be alarmed, it's not as grim as it sounds. This isn't about being morbid. It's about appreciating the time you have and recognizing that everything, including your emotions, will pass. Think about it. The person you're trying to emotionally detach from is just another temporary presence in your life. By accepting that relationships come and go, just like the changing seasons, you begin to release the emotional grip they have on you. Here's a practical exercise. Take a moment every day to remind yourself that nothing lasts forever. Not the pain, not the joy, and certainly not the people in your life. When you internalize this, letting go becomes just a little bit easier. Marcus Aurelius, even with all his power, faced countless personal losses. But he found peace in recognizing that everything, his reign, his loved ones, even his empire, was fleeting. This perspective can be freeing. It allows you to cherish moments without being chained to them. Rule 2. Focus on what you can control. Let's face it, a lot of our emotional turmoil comes from trying to control things that are simply out of our hands. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, the idea that there are things you can control and things you simply can't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you're caught up in the emotional whirlwind of trying to detach from someone, it's easy to obsess over things like their behavior, their opinions, or even how they perceive you. But none of that is under your control. The only thing you truly control is your response to these situations. So here's a practical tip. Whenever you catch yourself spiraling into thoughts about what others think or do, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. Redirect that energy towards something you can control, like improving yourself or investing in your hobbies. Marcus Aurelius had to navigate treacherous political waters, betrayals, and even a crumbling empire. Yet he remained calm by focusing solely on what he could control, his thoughts, actions, and decisions. And you can do the same. By letting go of what's beyond your grasp, you'll free yourself from unnecessary stress and emotional exhaustion. Rule 3. Reframe your perspective. Here's a powerful truth. It's not the events in our lives that disturb us, but how we perceive them. The Stoics believed that our thoughts shape our emotional world. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In other words, if you constantly dwell on loss and disappointment, That's the reality you'll live in. When you're trying to emotionally detach from someone, your mind might keep replaying memories, analyzing conversations, or imagining what could have been. But what if you flipped the script? Instead of focusing on what you lost, shift your perspective to gratitude for what you gained. Maybe this person taught you something valuable or helped you grow in unexpected ways. A practical exercise here is to journal your thoughts. Write down not just the painful memories, but also the positive lessons you've learned. By changing how you perceive the situation, you change its power over you. Rule 4. Practice mindful detachment. Emotional detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means observing your feelings without being overwhelmed by them. The Stoics practiced something called mindful detachment, the art of stepping back and watching your thoughts like clouds drifting in the sky. Here's a practical tip. Try meditation or journaling. Spend just 5 minutes a day sitting quietly and observing your thoughts without judgment. Let them flow in and out like waves. Rule 5. Embrace self-sufficiency. The Stoics were big on the idea of eudaimonia, a life of flourishing based on inner fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius believed that true happiness comes from within. Focus on building a strong relationship with yourself. The more you fill your own cup, the less you'll need others to do it for you. So, there you have it. 5 Stoic rules to help you emotionally detach and find inner peace. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it. Stay strong, stay stoic.